Abolish slavery, kick some vampire ass. Now that is a president. They don't make them like that anymore. I'm just saying. Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter. Alright, so Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter is about the 16th president of the United States of America, Abraham Lincoln, and he had a secret life in which he was a vampire hunter. Now, if you remember in my video where I was talking about the trailer, I was excited for this movie. I was like, this movie is gonna kick ass. I don't need it to be a deep movie about the drama of Abe Lincoln's life. We're getting that later on, with Daniel Day-Lewis, who's probably gonna kill it as Abraham Lincoln. I just wanted to see Abe Lincoln kick some vampire ass. And you do get some of that, but it's, well, here we go. This is why it's a review. Alright, so it starts out, Abraham Lincoln's young, and he has a vendetta against vampires because one killed his mom. Then Howard Stark from Captain America's like, hey, I'm gonna train you how to kill vampires, so he does. The montage where he's learning how to kill vampires is really cool because it's a montage, because if the 80s taught us anything, is that you show training in the form of a montage. That's how you make it cool. Then when he kicks vampires' asses, it's really cool. It's a bit bloodier than you expect it to be, you know, he's slicing heads off, all the cool vampire hunter stuff's going on. But then you realize something that shouldn't matter, but kinda does in a movie titled Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. And that is that it doesn't really feel like Abraham Lincoln yet. I mean, it'll be Abraham Lincoln when he's the president and he has the beard and the top hat and 7 years ago and he's slicing vampires then. But right now, he's just some young dude named Abraham who kills vampires. The novelty of it being President Abraham Lincoln is just kind of lost in translation right now. In which case, you're forced to look at the movie with no gimmicks attached to it for what it is, and that is a, you know, poorly written movie about a guy that kills vampires. Which kind of depresses you. You're like, I didn't expect the movie to be great, but I expected it to be more fun than this. There are boring parts in this movie and you're like, all right, let's go back to killing vampires. Then you notice that when the action's going down, you're like, do they have to show every scene in slow motion? Slow motion is an effect. Like any effect, you can overuse it and then it becomes dull and boring. Yeah, at that point, the slow motion is not special anymore. You're just tired of seeing it. You just want to see a fight that's exciting. You slow down everything, you're like, all right, it's not exciting because I'm seeing that he's gonna dodge this. And if you're not thinking that, you're like, why'd they slow that down? There's no reason. Then at a point, the movie kind of looked like a video game when he was hopping from horse to horse chasing that one vampire. You're like, this doesn't look great. But then okay, he becomes president, he lays down the axe, but the vampires are still growing their ranks, so as he's the president of the United States, the Abe Lincoln that we all know, he has to pick up the axe and slaughter more vampires. In which case you're like, awesome, alright, it's Abraham Lincoln now. This is what I came to see. Call me simple-minded, but I wanted to see Abe Lincoln slaughter vampires. And then you get a bit of that, and then quickly you're like, more slow motion. Why the slow motion? I've seen the slow motion a lot. And then in the climax of the movie, the end fight, you have a lot of CGI fog and a lot of CGI background, and this entire fight takes place on a green screen, I can promise you that. And a lot of slow motion within the CGI fog, within the CGI background. And as much as you've heard about how the Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter book kicks all sorts of ass, it just doesn't translate as well to film, apparently. So Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter does have some cool parts, it has some cool action, it's unevenly paced as shit, but you do have a good time in parts. But it has some really unnecessary gimmicks that they overuse, like the whole slow motion thing and the CGI. In the end, I will say Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter is a good time if you're drunk. Yeah, now it's a party. Up, slow-mo, take another shot. Yeah, that would be a drinking game. You would die of alcohol poisoning before he even gets to the beard, I promise. God willing, the universe is gracious. They will make up for Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter in the sequel / spinoff, Bill Clinton, MILF Hunter. Yeah, that'd probably be better. It would. Alright, so your favorite on-screen president, who is it? Comment below, let me know. Other than Abraham Lincoln from the Bill and Ted movies, because that's awesome. Any Abraham Lincoln who's all like, party on, dudes! That's my president. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.